Hey peeps, Erin Zen Warrior here. If you haven't noticed, I have an event on this Saturday in Auckland and you should check it out. There's only a few days left to book and there's only a few spaces left. Time is running out. I will be sending out emails and reposting in groups tomorrow. Meanwhile, let's talk about this lovely topic. Homogenization is the reason people seek enlightenment. It's the reason people seek to understand themselves. It's the reason people rebel. It's revolution. It is individuality. It is the antithesis of individuality. It is the reason why you have to stop letting fucking AI write everything for you. And I really wanted to just jump on here and say, there is an increasing reality happening as we go into our AI experiment where I caught a coach responding to stuff on Facebook with AI. And when I asked AI how generated that was, it was telling me 85 to 95% AI generated responses from a coach who does what I do, who's selling personal touch. And I could tell, and here's how I could tell, because each AI bot has its own, or whatever the fuck it is, has its own voice that's been shaped by the overlord of that particular AI reality. And so I always feel like when I'm talking to ChatGPT that I'm kind of being pandered to, like I'm like, what the actual fuck? Stop like buttering me up. I don't need that from a no thingness. Like you're a nothing, And of course, when it writes stuff, it writes in a certain way that butters everybody else up too. And so it's really easy to tell its voice. And its voice is a virtue signaling little bitch, quite frankly. But it's not just people writing stuff. It's everything. It's every video. It's every fucking photo. Everything is AI adjusted. And I'm not against AI, not at all. I'm actually really for it. But I am also for you. I am also for your differentiation and your individualization. And that's why I liked human design when I first saw it in it. And I resonated with its description of what I was as an energy, a non-energy type in my case, as the being that I am. And it explains shit that society had never been able to explain to me because I'm not designed to fit in this world. I'm designed to fit into the next one. I was like, and then the whole science is to back up your differentiation, right? The whole construct of understanding that each body receives this world differently. All your sensory perception, it's conditioned in different ways. And it's not just conditioned by the star streams that are hitting you now, and it's not just conditioned by your parents and the people you've come into contact with in this life, but your viewpoint, your subjectivity is conditioned by the very day of your birth and 88 degrees before that when you receive that design crystal. And so there is no objectivity from a human being. As I've said before, the closest we get is a reflector, and it still has conditioning within it. That's what their hanging gates are. It's conditioning to the wisdom. It's their view. It's their subjectivity. So I was talking to my nephew about this, and I'm like, there is no such thing as objectivity from a human being. It's not possible. It's not the design. You are designed to bring your very unique viewpoint. And whoever has the pen has the power. So be careful who you give your pen away to. And that's where AI is being horribly misused. And not only that conversation that I had, which was sort of out in the open, and then I took it behind the scenes with the person and just said, hey, I can tell your answers are fucking AI generated. And not just a little bit, but a lot. As in, I might as well just go have a conversation with ChatGPT and have it tell me shit that's not quite true. Because one of the things that went on with that person is they didn't want to show up as not knowing what I was talking about. And that's a bit sad, actually, because some of the best conversations I've had on here are people going, oh, what are you talking about? That's how I've learned all the shit I've learned, is going, fuck, what is that? Tell me more about it. Someone goes, so have you heard of such and such? Yeah, but it's not jogging anything in my memory. Tell me, like, how the fuck are you going to learn anything? How are you going to shape, evolve, and develop your subjectivity if you don't Admit when you don't know. Using AI to help you answer questions, and it's like a child that repeats shit badly, you know? It kind of overhears something and then goes and repeats it to its friend, and it's like, oh, this is how babies are made. Storks come. Where do the storks get the babies from? And then the child goes back and goes, where does the storks get the baby from? It's like, oh, from Baby Mountain, you know, oh, from a mountain. Which mountain? That mountain. You know, it's like Chinese whispers with a child. We are still teaching AI how to be impartial, and it's not, right? Ask it a question and it will give you a viewpoint that is generalized across whatever the information out there is generalized to. If I want it to summarize something from me from a non-mainstream viewpoint, I have to ask for that. If I want it to remove judgment, I have to ask for that. It's fucking wild. It's like, it goes, oh, this person's a conspiracy theorist. I said, well, hang on a minute. Let's have a look at their discussion. Let's have a look at their viewpoints first. And I've actually had it go, oh, yeah, no, you're right. That's true. That doesn't necessarily disprove the point. It's like, right. So conspiracy theorists because they've been disproven, or conspiracy theorists because everybody out there is following a consensus viewpoint and AI is just picking that up. This is like a version of burning books that's just wild to me. They're burning your imagination. They're burning your words. They're burning your thirst for real knowledge. And when I say real knowledge, I mean your ability to discern your own subjective viewpoint from a million other people's subjective viewpoints. Because that's all it is. There's no objectivity. So people are going to AI, and I guess you're expecting it to be objective. How can it be? It is fed by humans. You know, in computer science world, there's an old term called GIGO. Garbage in, garbage out. The user puts the garbage in. We as a society put in our conditioning to these bots. Tread with care, you know. What I find quite horrifying at the moment is a lot of the AI images that are generated of people, and I'm watching a friend do this at the moment, perpetuate this perfectly symmetrical, non-human, alien-like form that looks stunning. And of course it does. It's flawless according to what our brains perceive as attractive. It's just wild. And I'm looking at the images and I'm like, well, it doesn't really look like you. And yet it does. Some of them look less like you. Some of them look more like you. Overall, it's kind of you. But it's kind of soulless. It's just empty. Because asymmetry is where the soul is. It's your character. I read someone's article today that someone had forwarded me about relationships and human design, and it had spelling errors in it. And you know what? I loved them. I really loved them. I loved the fact that even the way some of the sentences were structured was slightly off. I was like, I love every fucking flaw in this, because the flaws are where the magic happens. The flaws are where you ask questions. The flaws are where you interact over your subjective perspectives on whether it's a flaw or not. AI is going to be great for us in some respects, and I have no problem with that. I think we're going to need it to help run electricity grids and airlines and do all the jobs that a lot of you are not going to want to do in a couple of years' time. A lot of you already don't want to do them. But it should not take your voice. Whoever has the pen has the power. Be really careful who you give the pen to. Be really careful that that pen isn't just a massive conditioning compiled through internet subjectivity without your discernment and your true understanding of the information you are asking for. Anybody who uses AI in their actual field of expertise can tell you how fucking inaccurate it is. It can be really accurate, don't get me wrong, but you need to be discerning to know. Have a great day. Erin Zen Warrior, signing out.